But I think the thing that's important about this is that Jack shares our passion for education, and he understands the importance of building school community partnerships to support rigorous learning and to make all learning relevant to the lives of our students. So it's a pleasure and honor to have him here today, and we've asked him to come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much, and please continue with your lunch and dessert. The quickest way for me to lose your vote would be to ask you not to eat. So trust me, we're going to make sure all is well. Mike, thanks for the kind introduction. And I am a teacher by profession. In fact, always reminds me of my favorite story, and my friend Art Fisher heard me tell it many, many times, but I just haven't asked me not to tell it. But the first day teaching, walked into the school, I wrote my name on the blackboard, looking at 30 smiling kids. I wrote down Mr. O'Connell, government class. Turned around to these kids, first period, 8 in the morning, class, my name's O'Connell. This is government. If you're in the wrong room, please leave. So the whole class got up and split. I was in the wrong room. This is the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce, isn't it? And then my other story that Mike's heard me tell before is my first day on the job as state superintendent was 6 years ago. So I got to the office really early, 7 in the morning, all by myself. I'm thinking about where I'm going to put pictures, my family and plaques and keeping credential things. And about 7 in the morning, I hear a knock on the door, and I'm there by myself. And I think, my goodness, my first day of the job. I'm the elected state superintendent. I better act important. So I'm sitting at the big desk. I take my feet off the desk. I pick up the telephone, and I stick the phone in my ear, and I kind of spin the chair around. And without looking, I holler, "Come on in, I'll be with you in a minute." So I carry on this make-believe conversation with myself. Yes, Governor. Yes, Governor. Yeah, call any time, Greg. No problem at all. Yes, yes. Hang up the phone, spin the chair around, look at this cat on the couch, and I don't know. So, my name's Jack O'Connell, state superintendent, very important person. He says, yeah, I'm from the telephone company. I'm here to hook up that telephone. So the phone rang. And the other story I want to tell is to stay in touch. I teach a class just about every summer. And so this summer, they had me teaching a class, adult school at night. It was Monday nights in your district. It's that small little district a little bit north here. It's the Los Angeles Unified School District, these guys are. And so I wrote a question on the board. I wrote a bunch of questions every night to engage the students. And it's literally stuff learning English language. So here's my version of audience participation. You ready? Question went like this. What do you call an elected official in office running for re-election? And to give the students a hint, I said the first 2 letters are I-N. So the word I wanted is incumbent. This student spelled the word perfectly, incompetent. I marked it right. So you've been a great crowd. I'm out of here. It's really nice to be here. In fact, an honor to be here with you and to recognize 11 outstanding schools that are really being very creative, very innovative, and meeting the unique individual needs of your students. So I want to commend you for recognizing that the adopted service learning as a school-wide instructional method of learning really is working for you. You are the example that we need to use when we talk about the 3 new R's in public education. The rigor, the relevance, and the relationships. The rigor, you understand that challenging curriculum, you need to prepare your students for the future. The relevance is the applicability. You are able to identify that potential career path or college path or the skill path that those students are going to need. And their relationships, the third R, relationships with, perhaps it's a career, perhaps it's with college and higher education, perhaps it's with the community organization that you have near your school. I know that, as Mike just said, for each of your schools to be here, you have to meet your academic performance index, your growth targets, not just 1 year, but 2 years in a row. And it's harder today than it's ever been before. It's harder because we changed the rules. The achievement gap really is critical to us in California. And in order for you to now meet your achievement, your growth targets under API, you must narrow the achievement gap at your school. And just about every school, I'd say 98, 99%, has some type of achievement gap where students of color, students here learning the English language, students from low socioeconomic backgrounds, special ed kids continue to lag behind their peers, their white and Asian peers. And so in order for you to be eligible here to meet your growth targets, for the last 2 years, since we rightfully, in my opinion, changed the rules, you have to meet those growth targets. It really shows tremendous dedication, commitment, passion, and energy, not just for the professional educators that are here and for the support of the parents, but also for your students. And you really are to be commended. And that's why it's a pleasure to be able to honor you today. I thought just for a moment, before we hand out the plaques and do the highlight of the event here, we ought to just take a moment and reflect upon the past in education. And then I think clearly we have to look at the challenges that we face as well. You know, we really have done a lot in California in the last decade. World-class content standards that you are making work. We now have an accountability system. In fact, we don't have one, we have two with the federal government. And hopefully within the next year, the new administration will just have one accountability system that's based upon growth, like our API. And then we also now have alignment. We have alignment of our instructional materials and alignment of our assessment instruments to those world-class content standards. Remember 10 years ago, the common question, most commonly asked question from teachers, professional educators, hey, should I teach to the test or should I teach to the standard? You notice you don't hear that anymore? Today they're one and the same. So coupled with the accountability system, we know it's working. We also know we have a very challenging student population. We know we have a very mobile student population. And we know we have a very diverse student population. Let me also tell you, we have the student population with the greatest potential on the planet. I have 49 colleagues. Every state has